Everybody, we had family come through to the house last night, and all of my cousins were here in my room because I was helping my cousin's boyfriend pick out his new signature scent. So he first started with La Nuit de l'Homme. That was the scent he was rocking, but he hated how not long lasting it was. He said that he would go through a bottle in like less than a month because he would only get an hour or two on his skin, on his clothes, and he didn't like that. And by the way, I haven't tried the new Blue Electric, so that's the reason why I can't really comment on that. But anyways, he went from La Nuit de l'Homme to Dior Sauvage, and he's now sick of Sauvage because so many people wear it that it's just like people have become desensitized in the area that I'm at to Dior Sauvage. It is no longer like it is just too common of a fragrance with everybody around me, right? So my cousin was looking through all the fragrances, and she's very picky. She wanted him to wear something that's going to be fresh and clean, but also long lasting at the same time. So it was an automatic no to Bleu de Chanel, because first of all, her dad wears it. And in a lot of Filipino families, if it's not your father that wears this fragrance, it's one of your uncles. You know what I mean? So this was a no-go. On top of that, the Ultra Blue, the Polo, is also a no-go because in her words, she was like, no, he's gonna smell like an uncle. I don't like that. So I was like, fine, that's okay. She smelt Chanel Allure Homme Sport, and she was like, basic. And I'm just telling you her words, okay? She is not a fragrance enthusiast, but I liked how honest she was with the fragrances when she smelled them. But yeah, not a fan of this one at all. Then she smelled Prada L'Homme on him, and to be honest, he smelled good with this one. You know, this is a great iris fragrance. It's a soapy, fresh and clean, but she just said, she didn't say she liked it, but she said it was all right. You know, and all right isn't good enough. So we looked at some of the private blends with Oud Wood. She wasn't a fan of Oud Wood. And by the way, these were just like really rapid fire sort of smells. Like I was trying to spray them on skin, also on clothes, but there wasn't enough time for everything to develop. So I had to sometimes spray in the cap and then do that. But you know, that's not very accurate. But if they're only here for, I mean, they're not going to wait in my room for 10 hours to see how everything performs. You know what I'm saying? So first impressions were very key. She liked Tuxedo, but I rocked that one. So I think that it wasn't just, this was not a fresh and clean that she was looking for her man. So we're going to move to, actually, she liked Legend Spirit, but she said it was just, she's like, yeah, that one's, it's okay. You know, not blown away with that scent. And by the way, all the spice bombs, the extreme infrared, apparently his dad owns the whole entire line. So Spice Bomb by Viktor and Rolf was all taken out. So we move on to the niche side, and nothing, Naxos, Layton, Carlisle, all that stuff is taken off the table because they're more sweet fragrances. Those are sweet, long lasting. And I was trying to inform her that like, it's hard to find a fresh and clean that's as long lasting as a sweet fragrance. But I did my best. Okay, so we're moving on. She smelled Hasselbatten on him, thought it was okay. She smelled Cedrat Bosé on him, and she thought it was too strong. I reminded her about, you know, the dry down with some things, but I get it. First impressions are key. And this one just gave her that kind of reaction. So we looked at the Roges. She did like Elysium, but she was worried that it would not perform that well. So I was like, okay, let's see what else grips your attention. Silver Mountain Water, she thought it was also too light, but she did enjoy the scent. And then we make our way here to the MFKs, and the one scent, well, actually there's two. So the two scents I got here are Gentle Fluidity Silver and Amoureuse Homme. She liked both of these, but her clear winner, and the one I assume he is going to be buying, is Amoureuse Homme. Now, when I was smelling this fragrance again last night, I was reminded of how much I truly love this scent. It's kind of like a niche bougie version of L'Homme by YSL. So this is a ginger fragrance. This is not a ginger fragrance, but they both kind of have this soapy, clean, lax, almost just very relaxing kind of vibe. And Amoureuse Homme is just the winner. So we sprayed this on him and she's like, yeah, I like that. I like that. And she was telling him, she's like, you need to take a picture of that one. Take a picture of that one. So out of everything in my collection, niche versus designer, this was the scent that won her over. Okay, so I know a lot of people give this fragrance a lot of shit. You know, they're like, oh, that's just a designer scent. It's not really worth it, blah, blah, blah. But it does in a good way. I don't think designer is such a, it's not like a bad, like, gosh, I'm blanking on my words right now, my bad. But anyways, just because you hear somebody online say, oh, it's a designer scent, priced at a niche value, don't think that it's a watered down type of fragrance. You know, this is a scent that is very mass appealing. Everybody in my room that smelled it last night really, really liked it. So it appeals to the average nose. So if you're rocking a fragrance like Amris Homme out in public, you are not going to offend anybody. And on top of that, you're going to be wearing a fragrance that not a lot of people around you are going to be wearing. Okay, so this is one of those scents that it's popular in the fragrance community, but you have to remember, like, the fragrance community is like what, less than 1% of the billions of people out there that are watching YouTube videos and are passionate about fragrances and enthusiastic about the sort of thing. So MFK, even though it's a popular niche brand, Amris Homme is not a super popular fragrance to the public. When I say, oh yeah, like, have you smelled Amris Homme? People are gonna be like, what the fuck are you talking about? If I just randomly go out right now and be like, yeah, have you worn Amris Homme? Nobody is gonna know what I'm talking about. But if I say, have you heard of that fragrance, Bleu de Chanel, Dior Sauvage? They're gonna be like, oh yeah, I know those scents. So I am going to put the link and the names. If you want the name, you know what? I'll put all the names of the fragrances, maybe, in the description and the links where to get them if you're interested. But yeah, she was very picky, but this was her winner out of everything in my entire collection. Not the samples, just the bottles for the most part. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate your support, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.